Hello everyone, Squee here, and welcome to another episode of Dragon Ball Z League 101. In the last episode I covered Max Power Mode and all its many great attributes, and in this episode I'm going to cover transformations, how androids work, and how giant characters work. Now, transformations are when a character turns into a different version of themselves. When Goku becomes a Super Saiyan, and then becomes a Super Saiyan 2, and then a Super Saiyan 3. All of these are different transformations. Transformations not only give you different appearances, but they also give you entirely new movesets. They could almost be considered different characters. The moveset of Goku in his base form can be completely different than his movesets as a Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan 2, and thus his strengths and weaknesses could be completely different. Because of this, every team has to choose what transform state any character will start off with in the season. They can't change that in the middle of the season because it would be like them changing characters in the middle of the season. So if you start off as a Super Saiyan 2 in the first week of a season, you start off as a Super Saiyan 2 every week for that season. Now, in the match itself, you can transform all you want, or the character can all they want, because we couldn't control that even if we wanted to. But the fact that the transformations give you different abilities, strengths, and weaknesses is taken into account when the teams are chosen. Some transformations do special things. Sometimes when you transform, you'll get ki back. Sometimes you'll get life back or health back. Sometimes your attacks will become stronger. Sometimes your charge rate will become faster. It all depends on the character itself. You have characters like Frieza and Cell who have several transformations, and each transformation gives them half a bar of health. So they can be very, very strong characters when they transform like they want to. You also have characters that transform into giant apes, mainly the Saiyans. Slug can do that too when he's actually part of the league. These transformations give them some energy back, I believe, but doesn't give them any health back. The character thus becomes a giant ape. I will discuss that at the end of this video because they have certain advantages and disadvantages by going ape. That's basically transformations. Tons of characters have transformations. Some of them are helpful, some of them aren't. Sometimes you don't want your character to transform. That also includes Gotenks, which is where Goten and Trunks fuse into Gotenks. A lot of times the team doesn't want them to do that because it's a disadvantage for them. Next, we're going to cover androids. Remember when I said in a video earlier that androids are a special case when it comes to charging energy or ki? Androids do not have the ability to manually charge up ki. They just can't. Instead, they naturally regain all of their ki over time. Like everyone else that does that for 1 or 2 bars of energy, they do that for all 5 bars of energy. Now, this is an advantage and a disadvantage. It's a disadvantage because it's slower, way slower than a manual charge. If you have the time to manually charge up, you're going to get more ki faster than an android is. However, it's an advantage for them because they don't have to manually charge. They don't have to have the time and the space and the ability to manually charge. They can just keep attacking, and they can keep attacking constantly and regain all of their energy at the same time. So while they play very differently, they aren't really at a disadvantage. And you can use special Pataras to increase their charge rate. Some androids also have added abilities that no other characters do. For example, the ability to drain health when they grab someone. Android 19, Android 20, and Cell all have the ability to drain health from a character through grabs. The regular grapple that I told you about allows them to drain not only health, but in the case of Android 20 and Android 19, also ki energy. So grabs are very dangerous when it comes to androids, except when they try and grab other androids. Other androids cannot have health and energy drained from them, so they are immune to that effect. Android 19 and 20 also have a very special, unique effect to them, which allows them to suck up Beam Blast 2s. In other words, if someone fires a Gallic Gun or a Kamehameha at them, every once in a while they can actually suck up that energy, just like in the show, to replenish their own ki. Now, it is only an ability that is unique to those 2 characters, and it's not used all the time, but it is fun when it happens. Finally, we're going to talk about giant characters, namely the apes that the Saiyans can transform into. The only other character that could be in the league that can go giant is Lord Slug, the Namek, and the same rules apply for him. basically, the Saiyans have the ability to turn into the giant apes that you saw in the show. Some of them can do it naturally, others have to actually be on a moonlit map. So Nappa, Fasha, and I believe... I don't remember. But anyway, some of them, Nappa, Fasha, Kid Goku, they all need to be on a map that has a full moon, and then they can go ape. Other characters like King Vegeta, Scouter Vegeta, and Turles can actually have a special move where they can transform no matter what kind of map they are, because they'll cast that fake moonlight thing. When they become a giant ape, they do get energy back. They do have separate, different attack moves, and they become immune to not only grabs, but any rush B2. Any B2 where your character rushes at them and performs some sort of cutscene combo, they are completely immune to that. They do not work. The character will literally bounce right off of them, which gives them a massive advantage. However, they also have a huge disadvantage in the sense that they are now much bigger targets. It is harder for them to dodge attacks. And so we've seen giant apes be really great sometimes, and the transformation just gets them killed at other times. But that's how they work. The Saiyans are a unique team in the sense that every character on that team can go ape, and you have to plan for that when preparing for your team. So that's it for today's episode, and that's also it for the basics. By watching these 6 episodes, if you just want to spectate and watch Dragon Ball Z League, you should know everything you need to know. If you are someone who wants to get into the mechanics of it and actually help prepare a team through customization and AIs and rotations and all of that stuff, you'll want to keep watching these next videos, because the videos after this get much more in depth into how customization works. So, until next time, everyone, if you have any questions or comments, anything that you think I missed or want explained more thoroughly, please ask in the comments below and I will be sure to answer them. And until episode 7, take care, everyone.